This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here. Hello everybody, and welcome back. It's a scorching hot Wednesday afternoon here. The racing is fairly average. They're refusing to let me know in advance, really, to the length I'd like to know what's running a Royal Ascot and 2-year-old races, so we're at a bit of a brick wall regarding the 2-year-olds at Ascot. Just the 3 at the minute, but I've got a list of 5. I'm just waiting to see if they run. One of them, Bucanero Fuerte, one of the 3 is entered in the Coventry Stakes on the first day, which is currently the only race I can see. Right, so basically that's given me an opportunity to take a quick look at a few classics that have ran in 2023, which we will do now. Don't forget, Classic Watch 2023 is the place to go for all the horses that we are currently following at the moment, and that website can be found at classicwatch2023.ml, and then I'll be back at the end to wrap things up. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, everybody. It is very much appreciated, as always.
And as the last few go in, we send it upstairs for the call of the Kentucky Oaks to Larry Coles.
Thank you, Mike. Pretty Mischievous will be the last of these 14 fillies to move into the gate. She goes in. They're all in line, ready for the start. They're off in the Longines Kentucky Oaks. South Lawn had a great start and goes out to the early lead. But now there goes Flying Connection to the outside to take over, and she'll set the pace. North Vader goes right after her. Defining Purpose is next. Then Mimi Kikuchi. The Mischievous on the outside is 6th. South Lawn had a great start. She's 7th right now. She's been taken back, and now she took an awkward step there, and a couple of horses had to check. Promise Her America and Tell Me No Lies both checked as they go to the backstretch. So it's Flying Connection who leads the way. On top, 3/4 of a length. Defining Purpose on the outside, 2nd. North Vader is 3rd. Mimi Kikuchi 4th to the inside. Then Pretty Mischievous, followed by the Alice Look and South Lawn to the outside. Botanical is in behind them. Wet Paint is in the middle of the pack today. She's 9 lengths off the lead as they continue up the backstretch. 46.96 was the half. After that, it's back to Gambling Girl to the inside. Then in Tell Me No Lies, Wonder Wheel down toward the rail, Promise Her America and Affirmative Lady at the back of the pack. Flying Connection on top, moving for the far turn. Defining Purpose alongside. North Vader outside of them. Pretty Mischievous is 4 wide as they make their way around the turn. Mimi Kikuchi is under heavy pressure. And then comes the Alice Look. South Lawn to the outside. Wet Paint still about 8 lengths behind as they come to the top of the stretch. And they're into the stretch of the Kentucky Oaks. And Pretty Mischievous has taken the lead on the outside. The Alice Look is trying to put in a run as they come into the final furlong. And here comes Gambling Girl. And she's coming with a rush in the center of the track. Pretty Mischievous to catch. Gambling Girl to the outside. Coming after her. Gambling Girl and Pretty Mischievous. These two down to the wire. Pretty Mischievous, Gambling Girl. Pretty Mischievous wins the Kentucky Oaks. Gambling Girl was 2nd, then Wet Paint, followed by the Alice Look, and North Vader. The final time was 1:49.77 seconds.
They're lined up. And they're off. And the Tattersalls Irish 2,000 guineas, 11 runners over 1 mile as they emerge from stalls. Close up is Proud and Regal on the outside of Cairo in the white cab. With the leaders is High Royal, followed by Carshamar and Paddington not far off them with Royal Scotsman. As they sort themselves out, coming to the end of the first couple of furlongs, and it's High Royal who picks it up. From Paddington, Proud and Regal, Cairo, followed round the elbow by Carshamar. Charon the Grey is next, being followed on straightening by the big outsider Alexander John, and then Royal Scotsman, Galaron, Age of Kings, and the back marker with just over 5 furlongs to go is Bold Discovery. It's High Royal in a lead of 1 length over Paddington, disputing the 3rd. Carshamar on the inside of Cairo, and between those two as they head for the halfway stage is Charon. Proud and Regal on the outside, and then Alexander John. These are tracked by Royal Scotsman. Galaron is 2 behind Age of Kings and Bold Discovery. Few changes as they've 3 furlongs to go in the Tattersalls Irish 2,000 guineas, and it's High Royal by 3 parts of a length to Paddington. Paddington, then Carshamar, followed by Cairo, nudged along on the outside, Proud and Regal. They're followed by Chad and Alexander John, being asked to pick up Royal Scotsman on the outside of Galaron, then Age of Kings and Bold Discovery, racing just outside the final furlong, and it is High Royal continuing in front, trying to challenge is Paddington, one from the rail, being followed by Cairo, and Paddington strikes the front, deep in the closing stages, leans in on top of High Royal, running up towards the finish. Paddington is going from strength to strength, wins the 2,000 guineas for Ryan Moore, Aidan O'Brien. Cairo finished well to be best of the rest at High Royal. Galaron on the outside of Chatham. As the white flag is raised, ready, they're off. Very level break in the Terraces Irish 1,000 guineas, Group 1, with 10 fillies lining up over 1 mile as they organise themselves. Prominent is Meditate, within the centre is Dar House, right up on the outside on the white cap as You Send Me, with the rail position, the Nose Bandit and odds-on favourite Tahira, and these are tracked by the cross-channel runner Bridge as they make the elbow, and it's Dar House and Meditate showing in front of Tahira, You Send Me on the outside, and then Tarawa and Bridge and Co-Raw and Eternal Silence, Yellow Cap of Aspen Grove, Jackie O the back marker. They're tightly grouped with less than 5 furlongs to go, almost at halfway, and edging on in front is Dar House. From stable companion Meditate, and then You Send Me next with Bridge. On the inside is Tahira, and then Co-Raw and Tarawa, Aspen Grove on the outside of Eternal Silence with the back marker Jackie O. Continuing on towards the final 3.5 furlongs and matching strides, nudged along Dar House on the rail is Meditate. You Send Me with them on the outside, followed by Tahira, and then Bridge and Co-Raw and Tarawa. Jackie O's made a move on the outside of Eternal Silence and knocked back to last Aspen Grove. To the run, Meditate strikes the front, quickly followed through by Tahira, who's now poised, one from the rail. Then Jackie O, You Send Me next with Co-Raw, racing well inside the final furlong, and Tahira hits the front, but only just. Battling back on the inside is Meditate, 2 lengths then to Co-Raw and then Tarawa, but it is Tahira. Tahira back on home turf goes one better in the Terraces Irish 1,000, winning it back-to-back for Chris Hayes and Dermot Well. Meditate, Co-Raw followed in with Tarawa.
Others forced to wait in the stalls. And they're off, and they've gone without Running Lion. They set off in the Group 1. Betfred Oaks starting uphill. Heartache Tonight was quite sharply away, saved the last dance too, with Sea of Roses on the inside, the yellow-jacketed Bright Diamond. Soul Sister is wider out, and then back to Eternal Hope and Red Riding Hood and Mammon June towards the inside of Carnarvon as they swing round a right-hander into a little bit of shade and making their way up the hill, and it's Sea of Roses who leads the way to Heartache Tonight. Then Red Riding Hood improving up on the outside, followed by Stable Companion Save the Last Dance. Ryan Moore just glancing down to his left, then Eternal Hope. Bright Diamond round the inside, Soul Sister further back, Mammon June. And then at the back is Carnarvon as they continue to climb, and a shock at the start. Running Lion hasn't taken part in the race as they run uphill still, and it's Sea of Roses that leads the way. Heartache Tonight, out wide Red Riding Hood, Bright Diamonds on the inside of Save the Last Dance, then Mammon June, Eternal Hope, Carnarvon and Soul Sister, and Frankie Dettori just about the back markers now, about 8 lengths behind the leaders. Turning left-handed and beginning the run down towards Tattenham Corner. Sea of Roses leads the way to Heartache Tonight. Caught 3 wide is Red Riding Hood. Bright Diamond is back on the inside from Save the Last Dance. Then Mammon June, Eternal Hope, Carnarvon and Soul Sister still looking on as they race down inside the final 5 furlongs and heading towards this all-important left-hand turn. Sea of Roses and Heartache Tonight. Red Riding Hood is caught out rather wide. Then behind these Bright Diamonds, Save the Last Dance is just hunting the lead, just being nudged into the bridle by Ryan Moore. Then Mammon June, followed back in the field by Eternal Hope, Carnarvon and Soul Sister, now making rapid progress down the outside. Soul Sister as they run down the home straight. Sea of Roses, Heartache Tonight, Bright Diamond, Save the Last Dance under pressure. Then Carnarvon, but look to the left. Here comes Soul Sister behind these Mammon June, and then behind those Eternal Hope and Red Riding Hood. And Soul Sister comes to challenge Carnarvon, and then on the inside Save the Last Dance, who's staying on well, racing down towards the final furlong. It's Soul Sister that takes over now from Carnarvon, and Save the Last Dance, the Musidora winner. She's kicking away. It's Soul Sister in the hands of Frankie Dettori. Another farewell classic win for Frankie. Why is he giving up? He wins on Soul Sister. Tight for second, Save the Last Dance. Carnarvon ran a blinding race. They were well clear then of Mammon June, Bright Diamond, Heartache Tonight, Sea of Roses, Eternal Hope and Red Riding Hood. Standing by. And they're off for the 2023 Betfred Derby. King of Steel got away all right from the stalls. Adelaide River forward on the outside. Arrest going forward from a wide position as well, with Passenger very prominent as they race up the hill in the early stages. Out wide then is Military Order just towards the outside from San Antonio. Artistic Star, Passenger in the firing line. Dubai Mile, and getting across now is Arrest. Back in the field to King of Steel, then Spreewell, and then towards the rear then August Rodan is towards the outside. Dear My Friend up the inside. Waipiro White Birch is just about the back marker as they now move across to the inside of the track, and Adelaide River just getting across now in front of San Antonio. The two stable companions followed by Dubai Mile, then Passenger close up. Arrest has got a good position from a wide draw. Frankie Dettori in the pink cap. They're followed then by Military Order, Spreewell. On the inside is King of Steel, followed by Dear My Friend. August Rodan probably got about 4 behind him. Artistic Star, the Fox is held up. White Birch and Waipiro. Reaching the highest point on the racecourse now and about to swing on, tumbling down towards Chattenham Corner. And it's Adelaide River from stable companion San Antonio. They are 1 and 2. Arrest in a fine position, just 3 off the rail in third place, followed then by Passenger. On the inside, the White Blaze Mile. They're followed by Military Order, also in a good position from then Spreewell. King of Steel the inside. Waipiro trying to make up ground outside the Foxes from Dear My Friend. They're just behind August Rodan, a packing field, and then towards the rear Artistic Star, and finally White Birch as they now swing into Tattenham Corner with about 4 furlongs left to cover in the Betfred Derby. And it's San Antonio and Adelaide River still going stride for stride. Into third is Arrest with every chance. Dubai Mile on the inside will have to go for a daring run there. King of Steel is running on well with Passenger. Then out wide, here comes August Rodan in the hands of Ryan Moore, beginning to burn down the outside from the Foxes. In behind these, Passenger. Arrest is weakening. It's King of Steel that's come through to take it up. King of Steel in the hands of Kevin Stott, chased now by August Rodan as they run down to the final furlong. They appear to have it between them. The big horse, King of Steel. August Rodan is thrusting down the near side. August Rodan begins to get up, and August Rodan gains redemption in the Derby. August Rodan, a 9th Derby for Aidan O'Brien, a 3rd for Ryan Moore. War down King of Steel, what a run in 2nd. White Birch back in 3rd, Spreewell in 4th, followed by the Foxes and Waipiro.
This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping... Hello everybody, and welcome back. Well, obviously there's been some very good results there. You saw the 5 classics that we've managed to take out on the site. Obviously nothing at Newmarket in the UK Guineas, which was very disappointing, and nothing yet in France from Longchamp, which, although disappointing, not to be unexpected really, because I have backed off them. They're actually the only thing stopping me doing the German classics is the fact that the Guineas are not Group 1 races, unless they'd be up there level with the French. You know, that's it's disappointing not to take them out, but I wasn't gonna follow 10 French horses to try and do that, because I just didn't rate any of them. If there were 10 horses good enough, I might have done that. But obviously the Coa, the 2 Irish Guineas, and Epsom, the 2 middle distance UK races, they went perfectly. So we're going to wrap up there now. Hopefully there'll be some more videos in the future. I've got, like I say, once I know what's what, I'd like to see the 6 furlong 2-year-old race for fillies, really. got 3 or 4 that I'd like in that if they ran, and I've got one in the Coventry that's going to be a possible. If the video gets made, I'll probably include it because it has got classic potential. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and look after yourselves.